You do not need to live on a planetary line in order to activate your astrocartography. A lot of people, when they're first getting started with locational astrology, think that you need to live right on a line. This couldn't be further from the truth. And in today's video, I'm going to show you that my husband and I recently fell in love with a part of the world. In fact, there's not even really a parent within orb of this location, and yet this is why this key piece of information is so critical when we're talking about where should I live in the world? Where are the best places for me? This key piece is essential, and not a lot of astrocartographers and locational astrology specialists are talking about it. In fact, I once heard a mega popular TikTok astrologer and YouTube astrologer say the following words: I don't recommend looking at this. This is why I'm here to debunk this idea, because this key piece of information is essential to the foundations of locational astrology. Let's get into today's video. Before we get started, hello, I'm Helena, and I'm a locational astrologer specializing in the stories and energies of places in the world. I help people relocate to places that they most thrive, utilizing predictive timing techniques, mapping, and charts. And in today's video, I want to just give you a little recap on a recent trip that my husband and I took. We fell in love with this location, and I just want to show you a fun little recap of the trip in terms of what we have here going on. Now, before we get started, be sure to know that I have my Relocation Astrology course, the Locational Astrology program, which you can find down below in the description, and also some key inside information. The certification program, my flagship signature certification program, the only live program that I offer on business and locational astrology, is opening on August 20th. So I'll include the link down below. If you want to sign up for the certification, get on the wait list so that you don't miss the doors opening, which, by the way, doors only open one time per year. That's right, one time per year. My live locational astrology program certification opens and then it closes. So if you do want to join part of this program, this massive value-packed program, be sure to get on the wait list down below. Doors open August 20th and then we'll close on September 18th. All right, let's get into today's video. So I'm going to pull up my Astro Gold software here. Astro Gold software is my favorite that I love, especially when we're talking about Astro maps. And if you have a Mac computer, a MacBook Pro, I love Astro Gold if you have a Mac laptop or desktop computer. So first off, I want to show you a couple things. So my husband and I, we live in Paris, in Versailles. He lives directly on his Sun midheaven line. And when I pull up the parents, we have a Sun Chiron and a Venus Chiron. But look at this. Let's go over to Copenhagen, Denmark, which is where we came up to escape the heat wave here in France. He in Copenhagen has, look at this. Let's see if I can show you. In Copenhagen, Denmark, he has his Mercury MC line as well as the Jupiter Moon parent going directly through Copenhagen. So yes, he's getting a lot more activity and emphasis for him rather than my chart, because one, he's so close to a Mercury MC line, 46 miles away. This is an intense strength for sure. But then also he has a Jupiter Moon parent, which is a latitude crossing line. It's those lines that are going horizontal across the map. He's got the Jupiter Moon going right through Copenhagen. Jupiter Moon, if you guys are in my locational astrology course, you know how I feel about that one. It's magical and very lucky. But I want to show you also my chart and what happens when we get over here. So here is my map in Europe. And currently I am living, in Paris on my Sun Uranus parent and my Uranus nodes parent. And this has just been a lot of astrology work, research, technical skill building, all of that here in France. But I'm really close to Saturn on the ascendant. Look, Saturn rising, Saturn on the ascendant line, that's 123 miles from where I'm living. Definitely Strasbourg was my favorite place that I've ever lived in France, and that was directly on my Venus IC line in Strasbourg. Literally, that Venus line was going right through. But in France, I'm a little bit further away from Venus, 232 miles. That's definitely putting it at a medium strength. But here's the thing, look at Copenhagen. I'm obsessed with Copenhagen. I mean, it has obviously everything on the checklist of things that I want in a future home, a future long-term settling, maybe buying a house and growing old somewhere, right? Like, what are the qualities and the non-negotiables that I really need in a home? And I think this is the question that's honestly on everyone's mind this year with Jupiter in Cancer is, how can my needs be met? Where in the world satisfies my needs for home and belonging and comfort? And for me, I have a very long list. I'm very picky about where I want to live. My husband has 3 requirements and non-negotiables. I have like 9. But look at this. Let's look at the map. Copenhagen is 183 miles away from Saturn and like 190 miles from Venus. So pretty far away. The closest parent that I have within orb is the Pluto-Neptune parent. And is that it? That's it. That's the only parent that's technically within orb of Copenhagen. So I don't really have a lot going on in terms of parents like I do all the other places that I've lived, like Corsica, France, Metz, Biarritz, Strasbourg, and now Paris. Copenhagen's kind of, not much going on here in terms of parents, but I do want to show you this one thing, and it is the relocation chart. Look at the difference. This is the key piece of information that not many people know about or they're using in their locational astrology work. Look at this. Look at the big difference between Paris, France. What changes in the chart here on Astro Gold between Paris, France, look at that chart, versus Copenhagen, Denmark. What changes? I'll give you a second to think about it. What changes? Copenhagen, Denmark versus Paris, France. Pause this if you need to, if you need more time. I'll tell you. Saturn on the ascendant in the angular first house, right on the sensitive angle of the ascendant. Look how when I go to Copenhagen, Saturn moves to the 12th house. The 12th house is the place where Saturn gets its joy. It's most comfortable in the 12th house. It's also more hidden. It's not as obvious and in your face like it is when it's in the first and right on an angle. But also, I'm now Aries rising in Copenhagen. And let me tell you, I have so much energy here. Every time I come to this part of the world, like Italy, here in Copenhagen, like there's just so much energy. I talk about that in the Rome vlog, which I'll include up here. And if you want to watch that vlog where I go to Rome and I talk about this, but so much energy here. Saturn in the 12th, Mars moves to the 1st, and then also Neptune and Uranus in the 10th. I love this chart. I love this chart. I love the moon in Leo in the 5th for play and hobbies and happiness. I love Jupiter in the 8th. I love Venus in the 3rd and Mercury in the 3rd. This is a chart I can really get behind. And I'm not going to give too much information yet because things still need to play out over the next year or two before I can, say anything. But let me just say that we love Copenhagen and we love these charts. Alex loves Copenhagen. I mean, I'm not surprised with that Jupiter moon pairing, but I'm loving this relocated chart. And I, after 7 years of having Saturn on my ascendant, I'm kind of ready for something new. So we'll see what happens. If you want to learn more about relocation astrology or learn what to look out for, what placements would be better in different positions, check out the locational astrology course down below. I'll include a link. And by the way, what's really cool about my relocation astrology, locational astrology course, same thing, relocation, locational. The really cool thing about joining that course is that the amazing thing, if you ever wanted to join the certification later on, you can join my evergreen course now that's open all the time, locational astrology. You can join that course, the flagship course down below. And what's really cool is at the end, you get a discount code, a coupon code that's unique to you. And you can use that discount code to then upgrade into the certification program when it opens on August 20th, meaning you'll just pay the difference and subtract the amount of money that you paid for the relocation astrology course, the flagship signature open all year long program. You'll reduce that amount that you paid for that from the certification. Really cool. That way you can get started learning this today so that you don't have to wait until doors open if you're ready to get started. And it's a 1-year program. So if you're a beginner to astrology, I highly recommend that you join relocation astrology first before upgrading into the certification, because you have 1 year to pass the certification and the test assessment. So if you're brand new beginner to astrology, you've got to spend some more time learning this material, planets, zodiac signs, houses, how to read birth charts, etc., before you upgrade into the relocation part. So if you do want to start learning this as soon as possible, check out the information, the Relocation Astrology course first, and then you can upgrade into certification when doors open on August 20th. I hope that this quick little mini tutorial showing you kind of the story of what shifts here and why relocation charts are so critical. We're talking about moving and changing homes, and why you also need to look at those parents. While I myself don't really have any parents here aside from the Pluto Neptune, my husband has that Jupiter moon, and do I love a Jupiter moon. It is so happy and so joyful and so expansive. So I hope these little quick tips helped inspire you in terms of understanding the stories of locations in the world. There's a lot more to it than just parents and relocation charts. There's way more like midpoints and aspect lines and geodetic lines and local space and so many other things. But I hope this little quick mini tutorial helped inspire you today. And I hope you're liking the black, because I'm feeling more Scorpio rising than ever before. Have a magical rest of your day and happy astro travels. Bye.